You don't suck at running your business, you just suck at getting leads, but that's about to change. In this video, I'm gonna break down the 3 things that you need to be doing for your business right now to get ahead of the competition and start generating leads for under $20. These are good leads that want to work with you, that want to spend money with you. Let's get right into it. The 3 things holding your business back from getting more leads are they're really simple things. So the first thing is the ads, the actual ads, the things that you are spending money on to get people to give you their information, right? You're trading knowledge or entertainment for their information, which then eventually turns into a dollar sign. The second thing is the lead magnet. What is that thing that they are getting in turn for giving you their information, right? The ads, the lead magnet, and the actual content. Those are the 3 things that are holding you back. And what I want to do is I just want to break down each of those 3 things and give you a better understanding of what you can do, real tactical things that you can apply to your business to improve those 3 areas and start to generate more leads. The problem isn't that you suck or that your business sucks. You're just kind of doing things the wrong way. A lot of the pool builders that I talk to and that I work with, they are so good at what they do and they've been building it for so long. The problem is marketing and what's working is changing so quick, right? And it's very hard to stay on top of that unless you're a marketer, right? So I want to show you these 3 things that you can hand off to your marketing team that you can apply yourself so that you can start to generate more leads. I'll tell you a story about each one. So the first thing here is the ads. Okay, and the ads need to have a certain structure. I was working with one of my clients and we filmed an ad for him. And I just, my video guy said, okay, yeah, you want to film an ad on this? Sure. He just turned on the camera and let him go. This ad was 3 minutes long. It was 3 minutes of rambling. There was no structure. And I guarantee anybody who would have scrolled past that would have watched it for half a second and skipped. You got to remember, these ads are interruption based, right? People are sitting at home, they're eating Cheetos. They've got Cheeto Dorito fingers and they're just flipping through Facebook. And then you're gonna pop in front of their funny video that they're watching and you're gonna interrupt them. And so if you interrupt them with something boring, they're not gonna stick around. They get to choose that, right? So they're gonna skip right past it. So one of the biggest things that I've noticed that has had a huge impact for my clients is improving our ads, right? You need to keep it short, to the point, and honestly a little bit lower quality, because if people see high quality, they're expecting they're expecting something salesy. And so what we've started doing tactically is we've created it to blend in, okay? Typically we're filming these ads on our iPhone, very low quality, unprofessional editing, and we're just trying to capture the content. And it's gotta fit right in, because like if you've got your phone out and you're watching some kind of sketchy, grainy video, it's funny, it's entertaining, and the next one is this perfect, polished, high quality video, you've got a pattern interrupt, right? Like it kind of breaks your head a little bit. So when we create these ads, we want to make sure that they blend in. And the way we do that, film with an iPhone, keep it super simple. Don't go over the top with lighting and everything. Be present. Be out on a job site like you normally are. Have the contractors working behind you. Make it blend in and don't overdo the quality, okay? The second thing with the ad is the structure. And the structure is really important because it's how the ad flows. Like people want to feel like they're moving along a story. So stories sell, right? And so the typical ad structure that we use is a call out, problem, alternative, solution. And now it's really important to remember right here that the solution is not your actual product. It's a $10,000, $50,000, $100,000 job. That's not the solution. The solution needs to be a step to the actual product, okay? Because remember, these guys, they're sitting at home, they're eating Cheetos, they're playing on their phone. You're not going to get them from that over to $100,000, over to $50,000. That requires a lot of trust and knowledge and something has to be different about your company from everybody else, okay? So what we're giving them is a solution to the problem that then gives them the buying power to decide that you're the right person for the job. So I'll explain what that is over here. This is actually our lead magnet, so I'll explain that in a little bit, but let me break through this ad structure, okay? The call out is what lets them know who the ad's for. So way back in the day, you had to say, all right, I want to target people within this zip code, this radius, this household income. They have 3 pets, they have 2 kids, they shop at Sephora all the time. Like, you had to get super hyper specific with your targeting. Now you don't have to do that. You just need to make sure that the information is in the ad and in the copy, and Facebook is way smarter than us, and Facebook's going to decide who to show that ad to. And they show it to thousands of people based on the interaction. So the call out is pretty much our secret sauce for Facebook to say, hey, this is who this ad is for. So it could be Phoenix homeowners is a big one, right? Phoenix homeowners, or are you tired of an ugly backyard, right? This is attacking people who are probably tired of an ugly backyard. Do you wish you could swim with your kids? Oh my gosh, another one, right? If I'm sitting there on my phone and somebody says, oh, I bet you wish you could swim with your kids. I'm like, shit, I do wish I could swim with my kids, but I can't. So that's the call out, right? And then the call out, if done correctly, leads perfectly to the problem. Are you tired of sitting at home on your kids' summer break wishing you guys could go in your backyard and go to the pool? Well, the problem is pools are very expensive for a lot of people. Pools take a really long time. It's too hot to get a pool done right now, or maybe you can't afford it, or maybe, usually it's around price or status. Those are the 2 big things, right? Like, you want to have a problem. Now, the problem can call out why they don't have that solution yet, but it could also call out some of the ways that other people are doing things, right? And then we want to give them an option. We want to give them an alternative, okay? So most people do this. Most people hire the first guy that answers the phone. They have them come out there, and then they don't really have the best experience, right? Most people overpay for a project because they don't understand the questions to ask before the estimator comes out, right? These are the alternatives, and it makes them feel like you really understand them. And it sets you up perfectly for the solution, right? The solution is, that's why we created this thing for you. That's why we created this tool that you can download right now. These are the 5 top questions to ask every estimator to make sure you get the perfect deal on your pool. These are the top 3 reasons that most pools cost you way too much in your city. When we have a solution, it gives them a reason to contact us. Nobody wants to stop what they're doing, close a bag of Cheetos, and call us and say, yeah, I want a pool. But they might want a little bit more information. And if you've done it correctly, if you've called them out and you've given them this problem that they clearly have and the alternative that most people are doing wrong, now they're curious. Most people, what do you mean most people spend too much money? I don't want to be like most people, right? Hold on, let me check this document out. Let me learn a little bit more, right? So you want to, when you set your ads up this way, listen, this is freaking golden, okay? This is help my clients make so much money, and I'm just giving it away to you, all right? So bear with me. When you set it up this way, you call them out, you present the problem that they're having, you give them the alternative, the thing that most people are doing that's not working good, and you offer that solution. Here's how you avoid this thing. The reason you don't ask for that sale right away, that call right away, is because they don't trust you. They don't even know who you are. You just literally popped up on their feed, right? They don't care. But if you can give them that thing, and then guess what? Guess what they're going to give you for this? Name, email, phone number. That's supposed to be a phone number. The priority, like how soon are you looking to start your project, right? They are willing to trade this for this solution here because they're interested in this problem and solving that problem. So now with this, guess what you do? Value. You give them more information that helps them solve their problem. This is through a nurture sequence. From this nurture sequence, then you can ask them to set an appointment, right? Because over this time, you're building all of this trust with them. But you will not get this right here if your call to action is straight from the ad without this structure. Like, this is what I see everyone's doing wrong. They're saying, Phoenix homeowners, are you tired of sitting out in the heat? Well, you need a pool. Call us today and have us come to your pool. Do you just see the difference, right? Let me give you the 2 examples. All of your neighbors' friends are outside right now playing in the pool, and you're not. because you don't have a pool in your backyard. The problem is pools are really expensive to build, and a lot of people hire the wrong contractors that overcharge, they take too long, and then they're not even happy with the product. And I don't want this mistake to happen to you. I don't want that to happen to you and your family. So I created this free checklist that's gonna walk you through all of the things you should look for when you're hiring a pool builder. This checklist is guaranteed to get you the perfect price. All you need to do is click the button below, download that checklist, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Okay, you see that, right? Killer, pretty killer, right? Alternative, hey, if you're tired of the heat right now, you need to have a pool in your backyard. Pools in your backyard are really cool. And so if you want us to build a pool in your backyard, don't hesitate to reach out, give us a call our office, or even come down by and we could help you with that. That's awful, right? That is awful. And so the structure of the ad is so, like, if you just take one thing away from this video, just this freaking structure, it's gonna level up your business like crazy, okay? So I hope you took a picture of that, because now I am erasing it, and we're gonna talk about the lead magnet. The lead magnet is the thing that people give you their information, right? People say, hey, I want this, so here's my information, right? Typically, you don't want to charge for a lead magnet. I've had some people talk about, charging for a design or something like that. These are cold leads, so getting $50 from them, $100, $250, $500 is still unlikely. Like, you're definitely not going to get 50 right off the rip. 50,000, you're definitely not going to get 50K. You're probably not going to get 500. Now you can use that as a step to level them up, but I wouldn't mess with it. But the thing here is that lead magnet really needs to solve the problem that we were talking about. We threw out this problem. We said, hey, you have this problem. Here is what's happening to most people, and here's how you avoid it. And the lead magnet bridges that gap. So most people, because you care, right? Because I love you enough to not want you to make that mistake. When you frame it this way, you're the good guy. You're the nice, helpful guy on Facebook who helped them. Like, of course they're going to spend money with you. And what your lead magnet is doing is it's the bridge right here. Hey, you don't want to end up over here. So use my thing to get over here, right? Use my thing that I'm going to give you for free so that you end up like this, because I care about you, because I love you, not because I want your money, because I want you to have a great experience. And you are doing your clients, you're doing people in your city a disservice by not giving them that opportunity. Like, your competition probably sucks, right? You're probably better, and you're not giving them the opportunity to go with you because you're not telling them that you're better, and you're not helping them make those decisions. I guarantee right now that if you thought hard enough about it, there are things that completely piss you off that everyone else is doing, right? There's probably guys running around that are not licensed, not insured, taking your business, right? Like, that's a big problem, right? There's probably guys undercutting. There's probably guys using a thinner rebar. There's probably guys using lower quality everything. And that should piss you off. And you should genuinely dig deep and want to help your customers, your potential customers, avoid that. And like, when you're creating content, when you're creating these ads, when you're creating these tools, if you do it, like, I'm passionate about this right now because there's a lot of pool builders that sign on with these generalist agencies that get shitty leads, that get shitty results because they don't actually understand the business. They don't actually curate or film the ads for them. They just say, hey, here you go, here's a script. And it really makes me mad. And so it's easy for me to get behind that in my content. And you should be the same way. When you're developing this lead magnet, really get behind it and think, oh my gosh, what is something that my competition's doing that just drives me crazy, that is ruining the industry, that's ruining homeowners, that's ruining projects? Like, what is that thing? And create your lead magnet to solve it. Now, the lead magnet's a lead magnet. It's not a freaking $1 million ice cream sundae. It's nothing like that. It's a lead magnet. So it's designed to be pretty simple. It should be simple. It should walk them through, right, how to solve that problem, but in a simple way. You don't want to give away everything. You want there to be enough where they're like, oh, I get it. Now what, right? You want to lead with now what. And so there's a few different types of lead magnets. A good one is a PDF, right? a checklist of some sort. So a PDF checklist, like here's the top three mistakes that most homeowners make. Here's how you avoid them. Here's how you can save $5,000 on your pool project. Here's how you can get a free upgrade from most contractors by talking to the supplier or something like that. Like, what is one thing that you can help them do, help them achieve, right? It's usually the problem that they're having is one thing. The alternative is a bad experience, and you want to help them avoid that bad experience. So you can create a PDF, you can create a free training video, you can create a free whatever, a free design. Most companies charge you over $500 for a design before you've even decided on your backyard. This drives us crazy, and that's why we decided to give away 10 free designs this month. All you need to do is fill out the form below, give us your information, tell us a little bit more about your project, and we will get to work on your design, right? These are things that they're like, holy shit, I don't want to get ripped off. I don't want to lose $500, right? I'm going to go with Bob the builder, and he's going to help me out because he's such a nice guy, right? So you figure out what this thing is for the lead magnet so that you can eventually follow up. Now, the follow up on there really just looks like, hey, you know that free thing I gave you? I just wanted to check in and see if that was helpful. Like, did you get any value from that? Great. What other questions do you have? You want to position yourself as that friendly, I guess almost consultant. Like, you want to guide them along the process, and 9 times out of 10 they're going to choose you. They are out there right now. If they have the slightest idea of building a pool or a pond in their backyard, they're researching it. How much does it cost? How long does it take? How much money do I need? Do I need to finance it? What kind of permits do I need? What kind of materials do I need to choose? What's the difference in this? How do I landscape this? Do I need to install trees? Blah, 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 blah. What does a spa cost? What does lighting cost? Like, they're looking into all of these things, and they need somebody to guide them along that process, and that can be you. You don't get to choose that it's you. You get to put content out there. You get to put information out there. You get to put these things out there and give them value, and then they decide, wow, that guy was so helpful. I want him to help me with this, right? So once you do that, you need to focus on the content. Because here's the thing. We are paying Facebook money, right? There's people over here. These are not very good looking people, but there's people over here, and they have no idea that you exist, right? They have no idea. They are clueless that you exist. And so what we're doing is we're giving Facebook money to show, this is you, yay, money, pools, right? We're giving Facebook money to show you to these people, right? So this is paid. You can get organic reach, which takes 3 to 6 months to actually get anything, but now it's free and it's generating it on its own. But when you're getting started, and especially when you're running ads, you're paying money for people to know that you exist, right? Wow, who's this guy? If they see you enough times, if you're spending enough money, right, they're going to want to learn more. They're going to want to understand you. They're going to look up your Google reviews. They're going to go to your website, and they're going to watch your content, right? They want to know what you're about, what you're passionate about, what you're good at. They want to see your results. They want to see all of these things. So for the clients that we're doing ads and content for, there's a dramatic increase in their CPL, in their cost per lead, right? We're getting less than $20 leads for $10,000+ projects, and that is unheard of. Most people would be happy with a $100 to $200 CPL on something that big, right? We're getting $20 leads, and it's because not only are they seeing the ad, they're also seeing all the content. We're posting daily. We're posting these videos every day. These videos answer questions. That's gonna be a question mark. They break false beliefs, and they share more about the business, okay? So this content that you're creating, you need to answer the questions that people have. You need to break the false beliefs that they have, and you need to share more about the business, because Facebook is showing this content to them. You're paying them. These people are looking at it, but they're also curious. Who the fuck is this guy? So now they're coming over here and they're watching your content. And if you've got your content out there in a way, now here's the kicker. Your content needs to build more on your personality and your authority, okay? If your content is just promotional, it's not gonna have an impact, right? If all your content's doing is buy our stuff, buy our stuff, buy our stuff, think about it. You're not positioning yourself as that trusted guide. You're not positioning yourself as that authority figure, that person that they want to guide them along this process. You're just positioning yourself as somebody who's trying to sell them something. And that does not work. So when you're doing your content, you want to make sure that you're answering questions, breaking false beliefs, and sharing about the business. Hey, this business has been in the family for over 40 years. My dad started it when he was young, and then I took it over. And now our mission is to serve all of the people in our community and make sure they have the best backyards possible, right? Hey, we're out here on this project right now. This client is a friend of mine, and he decided he wanted to get a spa done, right? And let me just tell you a little bit about this project, right? Here's some of our employees. This guy's been with us for over 20 years. He really knows his shit. He's built so many pools, False beliefs. A lot of people think that you can't get a pool for under $50,000, and that is so wrong. Let me explain to you how this happens. Or a lot of people think it takes 10 months to build a pool, and that's because they've had a bad experience with a contractor. If you work with somebody who's trusted, boom, 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 break that false belief, right? Frequently asked questions, how much does it cost? How long does it take? All of that. This stuff right here, frequently asked questions, this stuff is gonna build so much more trust so that when your friendly face that Facebook is showing pops up again, they say, oh yeah, I've seen that guy before. I've seen his content. He seems like a good guy. He seems pretty smart. I think I trust him, right? Now I'm willing to give him my money. Now I'm willing to book that consultation. Now I'm willing to put down a deposit. Now I'm willing to fill out the financing application, right? Without these three things, you are literally wasting money. You're throwing money away. And if I could just tell you to do one thing, is start an ad, right? Follow that structure that I broke down. Put that ad out there, $50 a day. Call to action is the lead magnet. Use ChatGPT to generate this PDF, create a PDF, right? Click Facebook form. Anyone who fills out the form, just send it to them, text it to them, email it to them. It doesn't matter. Like at this, you can get maybe 10 a day at that price, maybe 2 a day, maybe 3 a day. But you're going to get more leads and you can handle it at that point. You're going to build those relationships and then you're going to start making content. But without doing this thing, your business is struggling because you're using old ways. People are not looking people up in the yellow pages anymore. They're not looking up the businesses on Google because they don't know they exist. And the ones that are showing up on Google when they're searching for the keyword terms are crushing you because you don't have the budget for it because your business hasn't kept up with the trends. This opportunity right here, Facebook ads, lead magnet, solid content, gives businesses that are under $10 million a year the chance to catch up with those businesses over 10 million because you don't have 6 figures a month to spend on ads, right? You can crush it this way. You can build that personality, you can build that trust with your customers, and you can start to generate more leads. I put together a free Facebook group. The link for that's in the description. It's Pool and Pond Builder Marketing Secrets. I'm in there to answer questions, and I'm trying to grow it with a bunch of other pool and pond contractors so you guys can share what's working for you, what's not working. You know, if you're in different cities, there's no compete. You guys can all win together. So join that Facebook group. Leave a comment if you have more questions. I want to do a question and answer video. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video.